Okay, moving on to turn 3, which is the 10 a.m. turn. Um, we've got a little bit of Confederate reinforcement. Up here, it's going to be just off camera. I'm going to place him right about there. Is this lane artillery. Right? As part of the special rules, Lane, who was a battery of 20-pound Parrots, I believe, I can't remember if it was 20 or 30-pound Parrots, came up and took position north of the National Road on a very high point of ground. It actually commands most of the area and back over to Fox Gap over here. And they were able to lob a few shells over at the attacking Union troops over there. So from here on out, we're going to get Lane over here. He's going to have a 1 firepower factor, unmodified, unrestricted for line of sight, to be used as part of the artillery activations over here. Can target pretty much any Union troops over here, which I think will be okay. I've tested this out before. It seems a little odd that he'd be able to hit some of these troops behind or in the woods over here as well, but yeah, we'll try it out. I'm going to try to most likely hit this target over here first, the second half of the 30th Ohio with him, and kind of go from there. But it gives a little bit of artillery support over here for them. So I've got chits in the cup, and we're off to the artillery phase. Again, there's no Union artillery yet. Next turn, we'll get a gun coming on and get them into position to hopefully support the attack. But for now, it's all Confederate artillery. So I think the first one we're going to take is Davis Bondurant is going to retire off of here. I mentioned before he's in a pretty exposed position. This flank needs to push back here a little bit, and the controlling hexes here, here and here, are the important ones for the game. So I think they're going to fall back here and try to protect those. So they are going to move back from here into here. Now this is woods, but there is a trail into here, so it's 1 to there, 2, and in with the 20th as well as D.H. Hill's dismounted units there as well. So, and that stacking should work because that's 4, 3 is 7, and those are 3 quarters. So that's only 3, so that'll make 10. So they're maxed out with stacking on there. Okay, so that's the first artillery move. Second one, I think we're going to have Pelham take a shot at the 30th Ohio A over here. He is within range. I do believe he has line of sight. It's not going down the edges. Yep, that's going right across there. He will have line of sight on him. So it's going to be a tough shot, though, even though he has the shot, because he's a 2 for firepower. But he's firing into woods, so it's going to be shift down of 2. So he's going to drop down to C and pretty much stay there. There's no other modifiers to make it. So he's going to be on the C column. 1 for that that's a miss. So Pelham's finished for this turn. And the last one here is going to be Lane. It's going to take a shot at the 30th Ohio, the second half of the 30th Ohio over here. Now this is just going to be a shot on the 1 column. There's absolutely no modifiers. He needs to roll really high because 30th Ohio here, he's unsupported, so it'll be a 3. So he's got to roll in the 60s, 61 through 66, and he rolls a 45, and that is a miss. So all the artillery complete. Now we'll move on to the chit phase, and the first chit will be Cox. Alright, so he can activate somebody here. I think, he says hesitantly, I think it's got to be Scammon. Scam on to activate. So we'll move him over here to activate it, bring him off. And now, what are they going to do for an order? Now, I got a couple choices here. Obviously, I'd like to attack, having these guys go forward and attack here. The other thing is, well, the other, actually two things I could do is a defend, where they could still shoot, move up to engage. He could move back, and he could potentially move up over there as well. But I don't really care for that. And I could regroup, which will allow me to recover him. I don't know, he wouldn't be able to recover. So regroup is out too. So I think it's going to still be attack, even though there's a little bit of damage with a morale hit and reduced over here. So we're going to go with an attack. Firing. So he doesn't have any targets. These guys don't have any targets. He can shoot up here to them. So he's going to take a shot. So he's a 7, down 1 for the morale hit to 6. He's rifled, so he's half. He's at long range, so he's halved. So he's down to 3. This is the Wise Farm, isn't it? Yes, it is. The Wise Farm. So that's in the open. So there's no column shifts here. So it's going to be on the 3 column at the 20th North Carolina Sept. 61. Ooh, that's going to be something here. 3, 6, 1. That's going to be a most likely. Let's see. They are, let's see, highest cohesion here. Just take a look at this here. He's unsupported, so he's going to be a 1. He is unsupported. He's going to be a 2. Artillery is going to be. He is supported. The artillery is supported, so it's going to be 3. 3. So he's the highest cohesion on there, and I believe that's what it is. Hold on, I need to just verify that. I've forgotten here a second, so hang on a minute. And I was correct, it was Davis's unit, but not for the reasons that I said. It's based on the strength. Strength of Davis is 4. Well, actually, there's 2 of them here, actually. Looking at this now, you've got D.H. Hill, dismounted, is a 4. And he'd be a 1, and he'd be a 3. So I think we're gonna have to take it on the artillery, just because will be the lead unit, I should say. 61, because if I left him on the Virginia cavalry, they'd be a tough result, whereas this will be a routine result. So it'll be a little bit less of an effect. So routine result on the artillery. Oh, 5 and 4. So he's depleted and has to retreat 1 hex. So he's actually flipped over and now has to retreat 1 hex. We'll go into Pelham's hex over here as well. So that was effective fire. Must have caught them when they were unlimbering there out in the open, and knocked them out, or reduced them, I should say. Okay, so that's the firing for the attack from him. That's the only one there. Next is the movement, and I think what we're going to do here is we're going to have the 12th Ohio come up 3, and they'll go, and also the 23rd will go 1, 4 into there. He can't move yet. And now the 30th Ohio will actually come over here and try to provide some pincer effects over there for 3, and that's it. And then the 30th Ohio will move up to there for 3. That'd be an unsupported. It'd be 7 against 7, 1 to 1. Wow. I really want to knock out this one first before we go after the Wise farm. So I think we're going to just leave it at that in a good supportive position. So now for the assaults. So with this, we have the 12th and 23rd Ohio moving up to assault from the south, and then we have the 30th Ohio moving in from the west, or the east. Yeah, because that will get us the bonus here. I'm just checking a couple things here. Yeah, that'll get us a flanking attack bonus for having them coming from the flank over there. Right, I do believe they get the flank for that because they're coming around the back side of it there. So yeah, they do get the flank attack on here as well. Okay, so Garland's 23rd and 12th need to figure out how they're going to defensive fire here. I think they will combined. That'd be 6. Everybody's in the woods, right? So they're going to go 6, firing ahead into here at this hex, which it'll be the 12th Ohio, which will be the lead unit to take the hits. So 6 over here. They are rifles, and what was the other one there? Rifle RS, which is rifles and smooth bores. All right, so that's 6. They start on the 6. They're firing into woods, so down 2, which brings them to the 4. Behind Stonewall, nope. Fire units, MX, sleeps up, S artillery. No. So it's on the 4 column. And they're unsupported, so they're going to be a 1. Cohesion. 25. I don't think that's going to be enough. Yeah, no, that's not enough. So they're okay. This is going to be tough on them. So they make it through. So it's going to be 6 to. Let's see, who's going to be the lead? They could be 6, unsupported 2, unsupported 1. So I think this guy is going to be the lead unit. Oh no, wait a minute. He's got a morale hit, so he's going to be 2, unsupported 1, 2, unsupported 1. So I think 6. Yeah, I think I still have to have him. So it'll be 6. And then 10 more attacking from the flank. So 16 versus 6. That's definitely a 2 to 1. So it's a +2 shift. He will have the better cohesion, so that'll bring him +2, +1. It's going to be down 1 for that. SPs are S or MX? No. 50%? No, I don't believe so. No, they're all rifles for the Union. Cross the stone wall, slope, higher side of slope, steep slope. No. Cavalry, everything like that. Okay, so it's going to be a 6 with a 1 shift up to make it 8 on the 8 column. They're a cohesion of 2. Ooh, 64. That's going to be a hit. Where are we here? 6. There we go. Uh-oh. It's in the red. It's a severe blow. They've been Oh, actually, hold on. I forgot one because they were +2 over here, -1 for the cohesion, and then +2 for the flanking attack. So they actually go up 1, 2, 3, 64. It's still going to be severe. So didn't really matter. This is going to hurt quite a bit. 41, D2 with a retreat 1. Okay, so D2 means both units deplete. So he's depleted, and now he is on the broken track because he depletes again. So he's got to do a break test. He is going to be a 1 for break test. So he's going to actually go on the 3rd box for being broken. Okay, and that comes off. Alright, and then it's a retreat 1. So he's got to fall back. He's going to go into there. The advance is going to be both of these units into there, like so. I think we'll leave him right there for now. So, huge attack there. We've actually got a unit off the board for the first time here. And the Union is up over the ridge and moving down the wooded road towards Y's cabin. Fortunes of War. Okay, this is next chit pulled. We'll ignore. Let's see, oh, D.H. Hill. Ugh. So we're going to ignore the 5th Cavalry. That hurts. That hurt the Confederate side. Next one, D.H. Hill again. Alright, so this is going to be Garland. See if he activates. 2, he does. Okay, so Hill has to figure out what he's going to do here. Tough situation. He's lost a unit. He's got 2 units over here that have been beaten up a bit. And the Union's bearing down on the Y's cabins. So I think he's got to defend. Yeah, try to get him going at least. But they're only going to be able to move 3 and down the steep slope. Yeah, they're going to only be able to move to there or there. So it's going to consume all of their movement to go down into there. Not great. If he, well, that eliminates that because they can't recover anything. They can still shoot. If they attack, they get a little bit more. That'd be 3, 4. Still not enough. Need to get them back. 7. The Union's going to push that center probably the next turn. And they're going to need all of the support they can get. So I think they've got to do a maneuver. And with that, 23rd will go into here. That's going to be 3 for the woods, 1 for the downhill. It's 4. Now they'll get a total of 7 movement points. So now that they're on the trail, they can move up here for 1, so that's 4, 5, and move into there. And then the other one here, he'll move 3, 4, 5 for moving on the trail. And then I think I want to move him back there for 6. I need to get him going again. And then the others will just remain where they are. So that takes care of Hill. Now that's unfortunate. Both of his activations came up there. So that means he's pretty much done. We've got Union Skirmishers. Now this is a new chit as well. And what this does, just take a look at my quick cheat sheet here. Fatigue, action. Oh, come on. Where's Skirmishers? Here we are, Skirmishers. We can play it now or at the start of any chit draw phase. They can choose any enemy occupied hex within 3 hexes of 1 unit, and then conduct a 1 firepower attack against the lead unit, ignoring terrain and any other column shifts. It just fires on the 1 column. So basically this is sending out skirmishers to try to harass a lead unit in any 1 hex. So I think we're going to send out skirmishers against their lead unit. Is going to be the Virginia Cavalry, 5th Virginia Cavalry. So it's going to be a 1 column attack. So on the 1 column, 36. That's going to be a miss. All right. Skirmishers don't do anything. All right. Next, haven't had any chits for the events for the Confederates yet. Fog of War. All right, roll. Got to roll to see what we get for the Fog of War. We get a 4. That is a wounding, I believe. Yes, Union leader casualty. Lieutenant Colonel Rutherford B. Hayes is wounded. Union 23rd Ohio is considered supported for the remainder of the scenario. So the 23rd Ohio, which is this unit here, is considered in support for the rest of the game. Okay. This roll occurs just once, and that'll be it. So I need to place a little chit under here to get out all my other chits. We're going to use these blue ones, signify that they're always in support. That can be useful. Boy, this turn's really going the Union's way between the attacks, the hills activations. Ooh, this may change everything. We got a rally. All right. What that is allows the Confederates to either play the chit now or later. So one of 2 things. Either we can remove all shaken disrupted markers from 1 hex, or attempt to conduct a rebuild for 1 unit in a hex, and try to get them back to full strength. So they're actually supported in there. So they're going to be 2, 3, 4. So actually I think, yeah, okay. The rebuild can work because it's going to be just 2 hexes. So that's 1, 2. Need at least 2 hexes away. Yep. So we can rebuild. So the unit down here, who's depleted. Come on. There we go. 23rd North Carolina is going to try to rebuild. So he's a 2 because he is supported. He gets a +2 on his cohesion, so it's actually going to go to a 4. So he needs a 4 or less to get back to full strength. He gets a 4, so that's actually good. So he goes back up to 8. Now, ooh, this is going to be a little bit tough because now they're overstacked. If you see here, 4, 3, 4, that's 11. So he's going to have to displace 1 hex. In which direction? I think he wants to displace not to there. I think he wants to displace to there, like that. Okay. So that helped the Confederate cause a little bit. Let's see what else we've got. Next chit. We've got Cox again. Alright, so that's going to be the other cavalry, West Virginia cavalry. That's these guys over here. they're just really good for support, to be quite honest. Unfortunately, we're all in the woods over here, so there's not much they can do for support. But I think they'll just follow up behind them, so they'll go 1, 2 to there. Sorry, they need to have a order. So they're going to actually maneuver. So they'll go 1, 2 to there, 3, 4, 5 to there. And that will do it. Alright, so that's all for the West Virginia Cavalry. Next, firefight. Alright, that's a play or hold. I think we'll hold that because there's nobody next to them. And then the last one, Confederate Skirmish. So we'll play that. And the Confederates can skirmish any one unit. I think they're going to try to skirmish this 30th Ohio. Try to hit them while their morale is low. So this again will be just on the 1 column, no modifiers. 62, that's something. They are a 3 to 2 unsupported 1. So they're on the 1 column. They're a 62. So it is a routine hit. And they roll a 44. So nothing on the depletion, retreat 1. So it pushes them back a little bit. I think they will just go back in the woods over there, like that. And that's all for the skirmishing. So held shit phase, just have the firefight, no use. So we'll put that over on the side. And that brings us to the end of the turn. Okay, so we'll move 12th North Carolina here, down on our broken track. And then I think that's about it on here. The Union had made some good advances up the side, pretty much cresting the hill right here, or the ridge, and pushing back Hill's units here. Hill still holding back here. A little tough because they lost some artillery. That was a hard loss on them, as well as the 12th North Carolina. Let me show you the broken track. If I come around here with my second camera, and you will see there is the 12th on the broken track. They've got a couple turns. They probably can attempt to recover probably by 11 or 11:30. And here's our game turn up here. You'll see next turn Union gets plenty of reinforcements. That's the 2nd Brigade of Crook, as well as it finally gets artillery, which we'll get on the board here as well. So with that, I will say that's the end of our 3rd turn. That's the 10 a.m. turn, and we will move on to the 10:30 turn, and I'll set up and come back with that.